Welcome back. Here we are at the Manyatoma Shrine, and it's time to farm for the final dragon. That is Dinraal. So warp to this shrine here, it's in sort of northwestern Hyrule, and float down the hill towards the stable. So just like the other two dragons, in order to make Dinraal spawn in a predictable fashion, you have to pray at the appropriate spring. This time it is the Spring of Power that's way up in Akala region. Unlike the other two dragons, we're going to catch Dinraal at nighttime. Now I know he's got to spawn somewhere in the morning, but I haven't been able to find out exactly where he does. I think it's somewhere up in Eldin near the Eldin Great Skeleton, but there's no shrines nearby there to make it an easy process, so this is the best solution I've found so far. Luckily there's no need to carry any wood or a fire weapon because there's a cooking pot right outside the stable that you can sleep at, and if it's raining, you just go inside the stable, pay the rupees, and sleep for the night. When recording this footage, the first time I slept here, he didn't show up, and that seems to happen every now and then, and I'm not sure what causes it, but if he doesn't show up, just sleep again and he'll show up the next night. So run over here, hop the fence, and you can see Dinraal coming up over the mountain there. So he comes out of Eldin, and he swings down by this canyon here over top of the Forgotten Temple, and it takes a little while for him to get here, so you just kind of have to wait. Now you might be thinking it'd be easier just to spawn somewhere up on that cliff there and wait for him up there, but it doesn't seem to work, and same with that tower up there either. I tried it a bunch of times, and no matter what I did, when I spawned up there, he didn't show up until I flew down here into this area, and then he would spawn. So this seems to be the area that you have to be at nighttime if you want him to show up anywhere near here. Next we play the waiting game. It takes a little while, but before too long, Dinraal, as he flies along the canyon here, gets lower in altitude to a point where we can get at him. And just like the other two dragons who give off ice and electric attacks, Dinraal gives off fire attacks. But unlike the other two, I don't really find Dinraal's fire attacks to be much of a problem. I think it's because with the other two dragons we're a lot closer, and so the ice attacks from Naedra would sometimes knock me out of the sky, and Varash's electric attacks can be a real problem depending on where you're standing. But for whatever reason, Dinraal's attacks aren't much of a problem, so I don't even bother putting on my Flamebreaker armor, but you could, just to be safe. Just keep making your way southwest along the canyon, keeping an eye on Dinraal. And this is the most tedious part of the process because 9 times out of 10, there's going to be some style moblins or bokoblins or something to fight, which most of the time, if I'm focused on a dragon like this, I just ignore them. Once Dinraal gets to about here, his music kicks in and his wind kicks in, and you can jump off the cliff and use the wind as an updraft to float over to him. So all you have to do is take aim at whatever part you want and drop down to the bottom of the gully to pick it up. Then just rinse and repeat, work back to the shrine, and do it again if you need to. That's all there is to it. I want to thank you all for watching, and if anybody knows of a better spawn location for Dinraal, I'd love to hear about it, so please leave a comment down below. And until next time, happy gaming.